Afternoon, everyone. Hello, Paul Kelly here from BALPPA. It's Friday, the 19th of June. Just a quick update on where we are, what's happened this week. So what do we know? Well, the alert levels come down. That is good news. But our week has really been dominated by where is our guidance? What has happened to all that energy, all that effort, all that work that was put in to get everything ready so that our businesses can open on the 4th of July. Our indications are that the 4th of July is still the 4th of July. Not a huge amount of use in saying that, but what that means is that that is still planned to be the opening date for our attractions. Probably a week ago, we were definitely excited about the fact that some zoos and safari parks were reopening, which they did this week, which I'll mention in a moment. But this week, the tension is growing, without a doubt. The frustration is plain to see in all of our meetings, our management committee. We really need to know what's happened to that guidance. We contributed to it. It's ready to go. It went through the task force, HSE, went through DCMS, and has stopped at government. That is going to become very frustrating if we don't hear anything today, on Friday, or very early next week. It's been published in Scotland, so it is available, and it is the contributor. Our contribution from BALPPA is in there, but for some reason we can't publish it in England. So that is getting stranger as time goes on. Wales has had some better news this week. They've had a very difficult situation there. There are still issues with their 5-mile rule, but there are some indications that some outdoor attractions can open from the 6th of July. So that is where we sit at the moment with that, which isn't much use to anyone because we don't actually definitely know, which is very frustrating. So we also heard a few other bits and pieces today. I picked up some information which was relatively positive from one of the UKH calls that I sat on, and I'll just have a look at some of those figures. The bars and restaurants now reporting in China up to 83% of where they were before they closed. Hong Kong 81%, UAE, who have just come out of lockdown, up to 40%, and Germany 70%. And we've heard growing figures across Europe from theme parks and attractions that have opened, all very positively received. Some slow starts, which is exactly the right way to do it. Some low capacity, manage that and build up from there. And again, we're talking about sanitisation, we're talking about social distancing, capacity control and partnership with our customers. And we believe we work within those regulations, we can do anything that we are set to do. We're a process-driven industry. We're used to doing this thing. The situation has massively changed and it is a new situation, but the process for health and safety and risk assessment and the management of that hasn't changed. And we are happy to proceed on that basis. So that's really where we are with that. So I mentioned just briefly earlier that some of our zoos and safari parks in particular have opened, and that we had some feedback at one of our calls this week from a couple of them who came along just to tell us that they opened. They're delighted to open. Very positive from the public, very positive from staff. So let's hope that continues, and we'll pick up more feedback this week from where that goes. We have a call this week discussing rent and the difficulties that tenants are having and how to approach landlords and what the government are doing. We'll be discussing that on Monday at noon. Everyone's welcome to register for that. We'll be talking FECs after that, and we'll have our usual call on Thursday at 2 p.m. regarding attractions generally. Just a well done to Andy Highgate at Blackpool. Did hear him today on the Jeremy Vine show. Managed to do a full interview while travelling around on Icon. Did a great job. Well done, Andy. Made roller coasters sound exactly what they are. Great fun. And managed to keep his lunch down by the sounds of it whilst doing that. So great job there. So hopefully we can get more positive news like that out and about. But initially I think the start of next week, following this week's announcement that Wicksteed and Living Coast have gone into receivership, which is really, really sad for the industry. But that type of information is the sort of thing that we are going to publicise next week if we do not get some indication that we can open on the 4th and our businesses can carry on preparing and doing the right thing to get there. So I think that's how the week will start. If we do get that message, then we can move into a slightly more positive mode which will be promoting what we're doing and promoting our contribution to society, and also acknowledging things like, you know, how well our key workers, the NHS, etc. have done. And we want to be part of that, but key message is, let us get open on the 4th. So we will work on that, and I will speak to you and see how far we've got with that this time next week. So thank you. Bye-bye.